So legislative powers, summon prorogation of session of parliament, dissolution of Lok Sabha, inaugurates Lok Sabha by addressing it after each general election, also beginning of first session of every year. All bills passed by parliament can become only after receiving assent, joint sittings, nomination of 12 members to Rajya Sabha. So, ordinance making power, that is Article 123. So, when can the President issue ordinance? Let's hear from you. When Parliament is not in session and a law is urgently required. And as per Article 13, the ordinance is also a law. Right? Tell me. So a money bill cannot be introduced. These are all your GS questions. An ordinance cannot be promulgated when both the houses are in session. If one house is in session, yes, it may be passed. President cannot claim the power to amend the constitution which belongs to the parliament. So that means he has only legislative power to some extent and not the constituent power. So no circumstances placed before the authority did not exist in fact. Fact placed before the authority was such that it was impossible for any reasonable person to form an opinion. Authority did not apply his mind. Grounds upon which the impugned order professes, ये हम administrative law में भी पढ़ेंगे. So okay, so this is important. DC versus case. It is on the ordinance making power. Abuse of ordinance power under 213 by governor. Actually, it should come under the governor's power, but here also we will discuss. What happens when an ordinance is passed, and ordinance is passed when both the houses are not in session, or state legislature is not in session when the governor will pass the ordinance. Till what will be the tenure of that ordinance? Wrong. Bishop, you don't jump to the conclusion. 6 weeks after the House assembles, is constituted or assembles. Within 6 weeks, not 6 months. Somebody has written, so that's why I'm correcting. 6 weeks. Now what happens? Just before the last date of 6 weeks, another ordinance is passed. What will happen? It will get further time. This is what was happening here. 256 ordinances were promulgated in the state of Bihar. All of them were kept alive by repromulgation without being brought before the legislature between 1976 to 19. That means they were not placed before the legislature. And when they expired, another ordinance was issued. 256 ordinance. So the court said this is abuse of power. Okay. Undemocratic. Subversion of democratic process. Colorable exercise of power. What is colorable exercise of power? Let us understand this. Though it will come in your administrative law, but here also we should know that. No, not malified. Not malified. Malified is with bad intention. No. What did you say? Overpowers to some extent, yes. Now, what happens is, what, remember these words, law does not permit another way is adopted to bring that into force. ये नोट कर लो, existence or force, whatever. Law says don't do it. You find another way of circumventing the law, basically circumventing the law. This is called colorable exercise. In the garb of that law, the law does not permit, but use that as an excuse, taking shield behind that. You are exercising your power, which can be termed as a colorable exercise of power. Things which cannot be done direct way, they are done indirectly. Very right. Tell me. The court insisted that the government cannot bypass the legislature under the constitution. Then what are the judicial powers? Appoint judges, disqualification of member of parliament,